It is a lot of noise here, a little scary, you know. Um, the wind is horrific outside. I'm laying here watching a Twilight Zone from the 80s too. So like this is like street, binge watching. I think it's like 4 hours of Twilight Zone from the 80s. But, so I'm just laying here and I see Jacob Israel. I'm watching Jacob Israel's video, by the way, which was great. What? That was my favorite song as a child. Ring around a posy, pocket full of posy, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. I used to do that, like, real talk. I was the kid grabbing people's hands so that we could all, like, come on, do it, do it, do it. And for them to change the words on that song, or better yet, they say, commonly American version. No, I've been pretty intelligent, for a while. You know, most of us have. I know I've read that ashes, ashes, we all fall down. They've never once, like somebody would have said, it really says tissue if it really said tissue. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to tell him great find on that. But this is what I needed to come live and say. And I told you guys this before. When it comes to Kanye, I've been asking God over and over, God, please tell me. And he been told me. Just so y'all know, he been told me, no, no. You can tell a tree by the fruit they bear. You can tell a tree by the fruit they bear. So I was watching Jacob Israel, and Jacob Israel felt bad, because his friend told him to think about if Kanye, if Ye, I'm gonna call him Ye, that's what he want to be called. I'll call it to him. But if he might be sick, like give some sympathy for him because he might be sick. What I gotta tell you guys is stop believing people are somebody's inherently good. That's not true in this world. Let's look at the facts, right? Let's really look at the facts. He's constantly in it. He's constantly in it. Just put that there, right? I've only been touched by God for 3 years now. And don't get me wrong, I want to be constantly in it, but differently. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to go out there and heal people. I want to sit with you and take time to find out what went wrong. You know what I mean? Like I want to do a different kind of healing. Okay? He is snatching, let's start from the beginning. He snatched the mic from Taylor Swift to defend Beyonce. Then after that, his mother died. Then after that, God rest her soul. Then after that, he got into the race with Jay-Z, and like it was like Jay-Z had the baddest chick in the industry and he had the baddest, chick that wasn't us in the industry. You know what I mean? I watched him. I watched him through the process. Now he rather lukewarm with it, but ain't everybody, you know what I mean? So great artist, one of the best rappers like out ever, all time kind of thing when it comes to lyrical understandings and things. But then he went on to create the worship group, which I always was like, many people were like, saying he was bad for doing that. But I've always loved the worship group. How are you going to stop someone from worshiping? Like, even if they messing up, at least they trying to worship. You get what I'm saying? Because the words are the boundaries, if that makes sense. You can't change the definition of a word. So it was like, okay, cool. You made the church stuff, but then he started finally telling the truth, and it was like, oh yeah, like, but wait, It ain't like you brand new, dude. You've been, how long has Kanye West? Like, when did he come out? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm glad he's telling the truth now. Great. But you was at the top of the top of the top, too. It ain't even like, it's not like he was, let's see, who could I say? I don't know. It's not, I'm trying to think of that one rapper that, doesn't get the clout that he deserves. But no, Kanye always got all the clout that he deserves. He was there from the beginning. So I'm just saying, if we take a look at and judge a tree based on its fruit, yeah, he in on it. Flat out. He in on it. He know what he doing. Now let's back up for more why he knows he's, I already gave y'all the progression of his, life. Then he ended up with the charmed one. Because let's not act like we don't know she's charmed, right? That's the movies, the TV shows after her. Then he ends up with her. And then, she leaves him. Then now we see this guy, right? Let's end there. We see this guy now. Now, I definitely wouldn't take nothing from him on that level of saying, maybe you got some awareness. Maybe you want to, try to, maybe Kanye wants to try to do it right. I don't know. Well, actually, I do know. I know he doesn't want to do it right. Let's flat out say that. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm angry about the mask. I know I'm talking to God, and I am trembling in my boots with every decision I make, with every move I make. I am literally sitting here going, I hope I ain't hurting God's people. Okay, am I standing up strong enough? You know what I mean? So I'm letting you know right now, the fact that he got a mask on, that's disrespectful. Disrespectful to God. Like, God don't let me shy away because he ain't no sucker. God ain't no punk. You know what I mean? God don't play those types of games. He stands in the city square and declares the truth. So that mask thing, that lets me know, oh yeah, he's still playing with y'all mind. Here we go. The mouthpiece thing. Y'all see me trembling in my blue boots, like scared to death. Like, I ain't pardoning the devil. Nope. Sure ain't. And if I sit here and say the devil done made me tired, and you jump in and say people always want to say the devil did something. Did y'all ever notice that there's a lot of people doing that nowadays? Like, you can't even say a passive statement I don't know, like, ooh, the devil a liar. He be trying to get people. Let's say you say that. Next thing you know, like 5 people say, no, let me tell you. Everybody want to blame something on the devil. It was this. Make you stop for a second and say, what frequency pushing, urging y'all forward? Y'all doing that about the wrong entity. You know what I'm saying? Y'all like, don't talk about the devil. The devil did. But God don't like ugly. But I'm just saying, you can see these things are going on. So I'm just saying this too. There ain't I'm crazy. Flat out, Mr. Israel, Jacob Israel, you're such a sweet man that you would care about if he was crazy or not. But I'm his crazy counterpart. And I'm letting you know right now, I ain't putting bail nothing in my mouth. Flat out. Flat out. No, nah. You get what I'm saying? Just because it say bail something. I don't even know about no Balenciaga and whatever they said. Please excuse me. Whatever they said that it means. Who cares? It got the word B and bail and I ain't putting it in my mouth. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So like, I just want to tell you, Mr. Israel, like, don't sympathize crazy people like that. Like, I'm crazy. So don't sympathize as if he don't know the difference between right and wrong. I'm gonna tell you this: most crazy people, that's all we know. Real talk. Most people who really, sick or just they say sick. I ain't like the fact that y'all said that. Now that's something you might want to fix. Because truthfully, trauma will give you different awarenesses. You know what I mean? So I can't even say that. But I'm going to tell you this. I know the difference between right and wrong. And I don't know the difference between right and wrong by, you know what I mean, by what people say. I don't know that. I know the difference of right or wrong by my heart, by how he's like, I'm afraid of God. Like, I fear the Lord. That's the beginning of wisdom. I fear him. So I'm not gonna put a vaccination in my body, right? I'm not gonna put Balenciaga mouth stuff on in my mouth. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put a mask on. I'm not playing games with God. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I really just wanted to give that little message to say, don't you dare do that to yourself, Mr. Israel. Because yeah, that is actually downing all of us not smart, all of us, I don't know, all of us people who genuinely are following God with our hearts, because that man ain't. He ain't. I thought maybe I was praying, maybe, but just look at the evidence of his fruit. How you gonna say that maybe your kids are being exposed to pornography and you ain't called child welfare services on that broad yet? Come on. That's what he's saying. He telling people that. No, you playing games. Stop playing games, yo. Real talk. There's real children dying in the hood. There's real shit. And if y'all can't decipher this by now, man, y'all better fall in love and fear God. Because y'all know this stuff wrong because he coming. Oh, it just make you angry. And sad. Like, for real, y'all can't decipher if these people playing games. They can't he put his, you want to know why Kanye put his mask on today? Because he can't outshine Trump. He can't. They all on the same team. He can't outshine him. He might actually win. So no, they gotta make him look like a hooded dumbass. And I'm tired of it. Like, I'm tired. I'm disappointed, man. Like, when are we all gonna wake up and go, what the? We ain't. But here we go. If y'all believe that I talk to God, I'm gonna tell you this. A year ago, we could have stopped it. That's the reason why I've been trying to tell everybody. But maybe about a year ago, but God said we wasn't going to never be able to stop it because we wasn't never going to unify and we wasn't never going to do what was right by him. We too busy saving face. That's what they need to call Kanye, the saving face demon. That's what he is. And for those that don't believe that demons exist outside of you, they do. And what's on that man is a saving face demon. Flat out. So just don't do that to yourself and stop. And everybody else, ain't y'all tired of playing games on who's who? You know who's who. Do you love God? Do you love him enough to not disrespect? That's some disrespectful stuff. As a child of God, you don't go on nowhere. Show my damn face. You get what I'm saying? That's how much you love him when it's that strong. You don't play games like, I don't want anyone to see me. Like, I don't want anybody to see me because I look a mess. I look a hot mess, right now. But it ain't about no games. Stop playing games, yo. Real talk. Him in that damn mask and they're looking like a goddamn gorilla. Who you playing with? Who you playing with? See, that's the thing about it. Like, they don't want to play. So I'm just saying, as a people, we gotta stop acting like people are inherently good. There ain't no such thing as inherently good except for God. And then you acknowledge them by what? By God's ways. Would God want you with no mask on your face? Forget it. Not if God would want you. I'm going to say, would you want you? You get what I'm trying to say. I'm scared to death of misrepresenting God. You saw that? Like the way that's how I feel about the concept of misrep. I'm scared to death. So either he is fake, phony, or a fool. Yep, I said it. Either he's fake, phony, or a fool. I said it. Because that's all he could be. Because you don't play like that. You don't play like that. You don't say that you're going to help a community of people. You don't put my pain, my son's pain, my family's pain, everybody that done tried to even turn on the radio and not hear shake it, ho, shake it, shake it, shake it, ho. You don't put my pain out front and then play with it. Like, you put my pain out there saying, yeah, they've been making this happen, making this happen, making this happen. Then you show up on TV on a white man show dressed like a dominatrix. Man, stop playing games, yo. Stop playing games, yo. These are kids we talking about. So, yeah, I just want to throw that out there. Because he was feeling bad for him as if he might be sick or something, whatever the case, sick. I'm going to tell you from a person who literally can't be around other people because I'm done playing games. Like, I'm about to tell y'all the truth type stuff. And people, I can be around them. People just don't want to be around me. But I'm letting you know, crazy people know the difference between right and wrong. Flat out. It's all we got. Real talk. Crazy people know the difference between right and wrong. The difference is, let me tell you this. Here's what really will get you. They don't care. They gonna tell their truth no matter what. Aha. So I'm a good person. So I don't care that evil exists. You get what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell my truth no matter what. Right? That's what happens when you sick or got trauma or whatever you want to, or whatever anyone calls it. Please excuse me, I'm a little pumped. But same thing with them. They know the difference between right and wrong, but don't care. So he walked his butt up on there with a dominatrix hood on like this some type of game. This ain't no game. These are people's lives. So I just want you to know that, right? So don't nobody sit around thinking about maybe he kind of sick, and that's why. Nah, he bad, flat out. Flat out. How I know? Because I'm good and I'm crazy too. Because I would never do that. Why am I good? Because I'm scared to death of God and I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put no damn mask on, walk on nobody's stage. Why? Because my God said I get to stand out front. My God told me to come through the front door. I ain't going through no back door. You get what I'm saying? My God told me flat out I have the right to stand here and say whatever it is I feel like I need to say. You get what I'm saying? He playing games. So I'm just saying, don't feed into that. And if you do feed into it, don't, when it all turns around, don't give him the satisfaction of saying maybe he was crazy. Because I'm crazy too. He don't get my sympathy. Flat out. He don't get my sympathy. Why? Because I serve a God. I don't serve man. Serving man will have you wearing Balenciaga mouthpieces and what else? All this silly stuff he doing. Serving man will be sitting up there, I think my children are exposed to pornography. And you telling me you ain't called the people yet? What kind of justice you playing? What games you playing? You want to play with the lukewarm? Because lukewarm people let their children stay in areas where there's possible pornography going on. That's downright horrible. And you saying that and we ain't hearing the news statement of how, her house being investigated for how they playing with her kids. Yeah, y'all just TV. Shut up. Get the heck off my screen. We got bigger fish to fry in our communities. And so I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to sit off in the back. I'm going to stay dormant till y'all really ready to tackle some of these issues in our community. And Kanye ain't one of them. He ain't nothing but the Genghis Khan of American society. That's what they got him set up to be. He about to tear it all down and while looking good. He gonna do it. God told me. He about to tear it down while looking good. Then after the smoke clear, everybody gonna look at him in a Tasmanian devil reap heap around himself and then go, let's look at Trump. They were friends. And I bet you at the end of 20, 3 or whatever, when it's time for them to really run, he gonna be on Trump's side like, I'm glad we all were together. Man, y'all, stop playing with my life. That's all I'm saying. Stop playing with my community. Stop playing with my kids' influence. Stop playing. That's what I'm saying. Stop playing. But if y'all like them playing, I guess they're going to keep on playing and keep on brainwashing y'all. So I better stay dormant until it's time to wake me up. Like, don't arouse me to deal with these things until it's time. Y'all got to learn how to walk boldly. And not fake boldly, not fake boldly. Y'all think he walking fake, like boldly. He ain't walking boldly. Boldly don't even care about that madness. Boldly, here we go. Boldly wouldn't name yourself Ye. If you really afraid of God, like if you really love God, you wouldn't name yourself Ye. I tell you that. That's a fruit you bear right there. I'm scared to death that one of y'all might say wisdom said, because I know how powerful God is and how he don't play like that. You get what I'm saying? I know how serious this is. I'm scared to death that one of y'all might say wisdom said, and this fool walking around literally calling himself like kind of, you know who he calling himself, right? I wouldn't play like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, don't let people play with you. That's all I'm saying. Stop letting these people play with you. Ain't your life worth more? In your community worth more? Isn't your nephew who's being brainwashed worth more? Isn't your child that's being brainwashed by this malarkey worth more? And like, I'm not telling you to go ham on it. Nah, you sit back and I reference Kanye all the time. Okay, cool. I reference you. But I'm not going to fake myself out and act like you good. You ain't, dude. I'm sorry. And if you were, you wouldn't have did what you did in the past 2 days. I tell you that. So I'm just going to say, your girl Wisdom, I see you. I see you and you ain't fooled nobody. All right. Y'all be blessed. I just had to do that for Jacob Israel because you could see it really hurt it. That's another thing. That's how you could tell good YouTubers, like good men and women of God, flat out. Good men and women of God, you see the fear come over them when they probably disrespected God. Like when they feel like, oh, maybe I didn't do that right. You feel it. Like they'll back up. They'll be like, oh, I didn't mean to. Oh, nope, don't take it that way. Oh, they ain't doing that for you. They ain't trying to look good for you. They doing that for God. So I know Jacob Israel felt bad. I could see it all over him where he like, man, maybe I didn't think about the fact that dude might be, I guess his friend was, I'm telling y'all, this the saving face demon is what Kanye is right now. But his friend was like, well, maybe he is sick and he's surrounded by bad people. Let me tell you something. I don't care if I had $1 billion and was surrounded by the devil himself. I'd turn around and try to teach him. You get what I'm saying? Like, not even try, because that man got $1 billion. I'd flat out give it all away to the home. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's how deep. I know. Try me. Give me $1 billion. See what I do with it today. I sign no, I ain't signing shit. But you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't do it though, is what I'm saying. I would not keep corrupt money. I never, like everybody that knows me, I never keep corrupt money. My baby daddy was a drug dealer and I flat out said I ain't taking 1 ounce of your food in my house. I let him go shop over his mama house before I'd let him spend drug money in my house. You get what I'm saying? I hope y'all do. So, long story short, Jacob, Israel, please don't, you could tell he felt bad. He's a good guy. But don't feel bad. You know, I'm giving you no, I'm crazy too. So, I know the difference between right and wrong. I know the difference between good and evil. And the truth is, that's the only thing I can see sometimes. I can see who evil and who good. I may not be able to remember my train of thought, or I forget to put the groceries away, but I could see who good and who evil. So don't be confused by that. All right, just had to get up with it because that just hurt my little heart, because it was like, wow. All right, God bless y'all. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And let your heart lead you. You know, that's it. And watch other people's hearts. Who cares what they doing? Watch their heart about what they doing. Right? The ego of man will always tell the plan. So, yup. Him having that NASA hat on, yup. That's it. That's the ego is gonna make them do these types of mantras, you know, these things. So don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. And when y'all ready to tell these people, like, I'm tired of playing with y'all, like, if y'all ever ready to really march or to really do something effective, let me know. Holla at your girl. I'll do it. I'm telling you. But until then, I'm going to stay dormant.